Hello world, how you guys doing? Welcome to Mayhem in May. I am your host, Dr. Casual Pitts, and I'm excited on today because we are going to be talking about a very important topic that entrepreneurs need to carry with them everywhere they go. Listen, not just in your business, but in certain aspects of your relationship and even your life, you need to learn how to let go of full control. So listen, guys, here is my synopsis of letting go of full control. So the best small business management tip I have to give entrepreneurs is to let go. More specifically, let go of control over things you're not good at. For me, I'm not one of those individuals who really loves to do accounting, even though I'm amazing at it, right? But I know that there is somebody who's a master at it, right? And one of my colleagues, Mr. Rich Dodson, he is the numbers crunching individual, right? Now, what I love about when you letting go of full control, it doesn't mean that you don't have to know about it, right? At least that way you can sit at the table and have a conversation about it. However, if you are not an expert, just let it go and give it to somebody who is. Trust me when I tell you, it will make your life that much more easier, okay? Very, very important. But listen, don't just take my word for it. I have two amazing hosts that you guys already know. Miss Pixie Lee and Mr. Jonathan McFarland is going to bless you on today with introducing themselves and giving you their insight of what letting go of full control means. And then we are going to bring up our amazing speaker. She is a sister of mine, close friends of my wife's. She is family, y'all. Okay. So before we bring up this amazing speaker, Miss Pixie Lee, can you please introduce yourself and give everybody your insight of what letting go of full control means to you?
Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Pixie Lee, and I am glad to be here with you guys for this edition of Mayhem in May. So our topic of letting go full control, for me, that means because you cannot do everything by yourself. Everybody needs help at some point. So it's not just because that's not the thing that you're the professional at, it's because you can't be everything in your business all the time. So you've got to learn to delegate and let others help you. Long as everybody has one goal, one mind, just like they said in Drumline, one band, one sound. Long as everybody's functioning under the same thought process and the same goal, you'll reach the same destination. But you don't have to go there by yourself. So you got to let go of control and let somebody help you.
Absolutely. Mr. Jonathan McFarland, can you introduce yourself and tell everybody what letting go of full control means to you, sir?
Mayhem and May, what's going on? It's your boy, Jonathan McFarland. Y'all already know what it is. Listen, letting go of full control. Don't stress yourself out. Stress kills. And you're trying to do everything by yourself. You will put yourself in a situation to where you are stressed out because you're trying to do everything. You're not even trying to reach out to any, you have, like Dr. Pitt said, there are other experts that are out there that can help you reach your goal. There are other people that you can bring a part of the team, like Pixie says, one band, one sound. I live by that. So, listen, team up with the right people, get out there and go to some events and find people that can replace your stress level. Find somebody that can help you get that job done. So that way you no longer have to worry about that aspect of it because you replace that person with an expert. So yes, I ain't gonna steal the joy because we have a great speaker. We got the Doc Pugh in the building, so I ain't gonna steal it from the list. I'm gonna pass the mic back to my brother, Doc Casual Pitts.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Pixie. Well, guys, listen, we are not gonna hold this particular stage any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage the one, the only, who's gonna bless us and grace us with the education and the information on this particular topic. Dr. Crystal Pugh, we are now students and you are the teacher. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Crystal Pugh, And I just want to start off just by introducing myself. I am a serial entrepreneur. I am the CEO and founder of Crystal Pugh Ministries. I'm the CEO and founder of Coujé Boss Services. I am the CEO and founder of CP Taxes and Financial Enterprise, Coujé Beauty Boutique, a life coach, and I am the mentor of Kingdom Mandate University. And so this topic is definitely a very important topic. And I thank you all so much for bringing me on in Mayhem in May. You know what? And I always tell my mentees, make it a pandemic goal to let go of full control. All right. So we're going to get started. Letting go of full control. So letting go of full control is literally a statement, and it can be a command. It's a statement because it's something that's very, very important. And I think every entrepreneur should literally live by this. If there's an entrepreneurial Bible, this definitely should be in there. And it's a command, because sometimes when things are given as a command, that means, hey, we need to fix something. Let's straighten this out. Let's get it together. And so I just want to start, and I have a few principles that I would like to give. Now, as an entrepreneur, even though you have full rights, there are still some don'ts that we as entrepreneurs, as bosses, there are still some don'ts that we really, really, really need to focus on. And you know, the greatest thing is attitude determines expansion. I think every one of us that are entrepreneurs or desire to be an entrepreneur, I do believe in my heart that we all want to expand what we already have. You know, expansion is great. We never just want to stay in one place. We never want to be the big fish in the little pond. So letting go of full control, these principles are literally going to help us to grow. It's going to help us to make real life goals. It's going to help us to have realistic goals when it comes down to being a boss, being an entrepreneur, you know, being over employees and so forth. So number one, these are the don'ts. I birthed my business, so it's either my way or the highway. I remember working for a company, and I remember hearing the boss say that all the time. And so when that was happening, it made me feel like, okay, you hired me, so why are you now saying this to me? You hired me, which meant you trusted me to get the job done. You looked at my resume. You saw that I was qualified. So as a boss, a don't is definitely do not use your authority. Do not use your bossship to literally wreck the ship, if that makes sense. Do not use your bossship to wreck the ship. The other, number two, how dare you alter my ideas? Well, as they were saying earlier on the panel, sometimes we have people that are greater than us. There are some people that have more information. There are some people that are just gifted to help us take our business, our vision to the next level. And if we don't allow those in whom we labor with, if we don't allow them to do their jobs, if we don't allow them to position themselves in the purpose and posture of our businesses, then what we deem as expansion then could literally cause a hindrance in our business. It could literally cause a business to shut down. Why? Because we as entrepreneurs, we don't know how to let go of control. So if I trust an individual, if I place the individual in a certain position and they're making changes or they're altering things, we have to trust that they're altering it to make it better. They're altering it to take it to the next level. Surely we have our businesses, but there is someone out there. There's someone that God created to help us take our businesses to the next level. Let's use that. So here's the third don't. I made it. You need to get to where I am. I used to hear this a lot in businesses. It's my business. I birthed this business. It's my business. You need to get to where I am. Well, those words are definitely words that should not be coming out of the bosses or the entrepreneurial's entrepreneur's mouth, because we have to make sure that anything that we do, we need a team. Anything that we're desiring to birth, or anything that we're desiring to expand, we need to make sure that we're building our team upon trust. We're building our team upon delegation. You know, we heard the word delegate earlier. We're building this because we want it to expand. And then number 4, do what I say or you can leave. Oh my God, do what I say or you can leave. Sometimes that's literally, you'll have the overhead of having employee after employee after employee, and that does not look good for a business. And so we want to make sure that we position and posture ourselves so that we can let go of full control and allow others to work for us. Now, let me look at this is the term micromanage. Micromanage, this is what this means: excessive supervision and control of employees' work and process, and limited delegations. So we want to make sure that we do not micromanage. Micromanaging can literally have the employee hating to come to work, hating to even have a discussion with you. Sometimes that can put the employee at a place where they will feel as if they cannot approach you. Micromanaging will literally make the employee unapproachable. And if you own the business, if it's your business, you want to make sure those that you labor amongst, or those that you hire, that you are approachable and that you are one that can listen. So let's look up the word delegate. Delegation, a person sent or authorized to represent you. Now listen to this. When we hire people as entrepreneurs, they are literally representing you. But the representing you determines on how you present yourself to the employees. Does that make sense? It's how you represent yourself in order for so that someone else can represent you. Okay, and here are some signs of a micromanager. Signs of micromanagers. They redo the work of others. Oh my God, literally, the employee have worked their butts off, and then the boss comes back, changes everything. Imagine how that will make the employee feel. Imagine how that will even make your partner feel if you and your partner are together in this business venture. Business is something that should always ascend. It should always expand. So in whomever we use and whomever we give our visions to, and whomever we trust, and whomever we give rights to, we have to make sure that we give them those rights, and we have to make sure that we do not continue to micromanage, look over their heads, go back and change everything that they had literally put together. So again, we have to learn how to position and posture ourselves to let go of full control. It is literally a de-stressor. It takes all the burden off of your back. You will not go home with the load, but you know what? You can divvy out the load to those in whom, that's working for you. You can delegate the position. You can delegate whatever the assignments are. You can delegate whomever's going to be the speaker, whomever's going to be the secretary. We can literally delegate so that we do not have full control. And full control can literally, as I said earlier, stop the business from expanding. And that is the last thing that we want to do with our business. We don't want it to stay in a box. We want our businesses to literally expand. Okay. And so here are some of the do's. Listen to this. Here are some of the great things that we can use as entrepreneurs, as bosses, and so forth. And so, you know what? I'm just going to mix it up. So let me go back to number 1. I birthed my business. So, hey, it's my way or the highway. How can we expand if we cut people let's say, just cut them at the throat? if we cut those in whom we work with at the throat. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to the business. It's not fair to your vision. It's not fair to literally what God, the idea that God birthed in you. It's not fair for us to have that full control. And earlier I heard someone say, in life, in relationship, whatever it is, we are all put on this earth for a reason. We are put here to work together. But we're talking about business tonight. So we're put here on this earth to literally work together. We're put here on this earth to literally help each other birth what it is that's down on the inside of us and where we're going with that. How dare you alter my ideas? Well, there are so many great ideas out here. I remember when I was a school teacher, I was a school teacher for 22 plus years. And I remember going to a new school. And when I went to this new school, I was taking the position of a second grade teacher who was getting ready to retire. However, when I got into the classroom, she gave me everything, told me, this is how you do this is how you do that. But at the same time, she kept telling me that the kids are not learning. They are bad. They don't listen to me. They don't follow my directions. Their scores are low, and everything was negative. But at the same time, she kept trying to shove her way down my throat. At the same time, really putting the kids down. And so after looking at what she had and altering it and bringing in my ideas, because I was younger, fresh on the block, and as it began to work, she had to monitor me for like 2 months. And the entire 2 months, she was micromanaging everything that I did. If I opened the book a certain way, she told me, well, this is how you do this and this is how you do that. It literally brought down my spirits to become a teacher. But the great thing about it, when I said we need to make it a plandemic to set goals. I think everyone should have a plandemic. Yes, we had the pandemic, but a plandemic is where we set goals. But what I found out after she left, and the way that I taught the kids, these kids literally loved reading. They beat me to the reading table. And so we want to make sure that we do that even with our employees, even when it comes down to relationships, even when it comes down to ministry, even when it comes down to with employees working in my tax office. And so I had to give them full reign because they are literally responsible for people's social security numbers. They're responsible for how much they make. They're looking at their personal business. And so as an entrepreneur and as a boss, I had to literally let go of full control so that my employees can literally finish tax returns without me breathing over their neck. Now, at the end of it, yes, that's when I literally go back and I check. So listen to this. Sometimes the boss have to literally become the assistant manager. Let me say that again. Sometimes the boss literally have to become the assistant manager. Well, why do you say that? Because you're assisting them with your vision. You're assisting them with your business. And so sometimes we have to take a low role in order to push our agendas, in order to push our businesses, in order to push expansion. It's okay for the boss to let go of full control and become an assistant, meaning even an assistant manager, meaning the only thing I'm here for is to assist you to make sure that we get the job done. I become an assistant manager so that I don't have full control, which will lead me to micromanaging, which will lead me to sometimes feeling like I have to go behind every single wink and detail and change it, okay? So we have to make sure. The other thing is we need to trust the process. We have to trust the process when we become entrepreneurs. We have to trust the process. Sometimes the process is not easy. Sometimes we'll find ourselves processing this. When that does not work, we have to process that. When that does not work, now we have to come up with another idea. And sometimes that leads us into having different, we may have 5 or 6 different things going on at one time, but one person cannot handle that. The boss then needs to give full reign or full control or delegate the positions to others. Okay. And so even as the Bible says, we need to know those that labor amongst us. So if I have individuals that are literally laboring with me, that meant somewhere I had to get, somewhere I had to trust them. Somewhere I put my trust in them to see that they get the job done. So how is it as a boss that I can say, I trust you, but when it's time for action or it's time for the assignment to get done, now my actions are different than what I said initially. So we have to make sure that letting go of full control not only helps the employee or the partner, but it helps the boss. It helps the individual. So yes, we need to make sure that we trust the process. We have to trust every form of the process. We have to trust the process of getting the proper paperwork. We have to trust the process of getting the vision, in perspective. We have to trust the process to make sure that whatever we're doing, we're going at it and we're going at it as a team. So also, as a boss, we need to make sure that there are never any little I's and big U's. That will be another hindrance or killer to your business when we're trying to expand our businesses. Again, be the boss, but become the assistant manager. And you can become this assistant manager at heart. We know as bosses, that is not our position, but we can use that position in order to assist those to make our business expand, make our businesses better. Earlier, I heard someone say, delegate. We have to delegate. We have to trust the process to delegate. We have to trust the process to give whatever needs to be done to the individuals that can get it done. Because again, we will always come across someone that can do the job better than the boss. We'll come across people that will be more creative. We'll come across people that can say, hey, let's try this and let's try that. Let's give them that reign. If we're entrepreneurs, let's give individuals the reign to help us reign in our businesses. And I'll close with this. Let go of full control. The reason why we let go of full control is because it can literally be a statement of importance for a business to either prosper or fail. And it can also be a command where it literally has to be said, let go of full control, let me do my job, let me handle this. You put me in this position. That meant you trusted me. You read my resume. That meant what you saw in my resume, it was of an importance to you as to why you hired me. So let go of full control so that we together can birth and fully send out the vision of what it is that the entrepreneur is trying to get done. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome job. Oh my God, Dr. Crystal, you tore the stage up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really hope you guys were taking your notes and writing down what she said. She gave us some awesome ideas and some great points and some do's and don'ts of what you need to do in order to let go full control. The one thing that stuck out to me is being the boss sometimes means being the assistant. And sometimes, like you say, we get boss in our head, and it's hard for us to realize that we're really the assistant, because we are assisting them just like they're assisting us. Like I said, one band, one sound. So I've got a couple questions for you. What motivates you, Dr. Crystal?
What motivates me in business, what motivates me in life is to see everyone win. Hear me. I believe that we have so much in this world to offer and to get done. I am so motivated. I'm telling you, I'm motivated because number one, I'm a pusher. I will push you into your purpose. Number two, just based on life experiences, when others would not help me, that really taught me something. When others would not help me, I had to get it on my own. And so I'm motivated to give it to others because I want to see everyone win. I want to see everyone prosper. I want to see everyone walk in the kingdom totality that we have all been, preordained and predestined to walk in.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense. I feel you when you say you want to help somebody because nobody helps you. Or I could swap stories with you on that. My other question is, who is your biggest inspiration as an entrepreneur?
My biggest inspiration, wow, as an entrepreneur, it has to be a dear friend of mine. Where she came from, I don't know if I really want to say her name or anything, but literally where she came from and the process that she had to go through to get to where she is, and I tell her all the time, you are my true inspiration. I mean, life, divorce, you name it. She went through it, but she continued to move forward to prosper not only in one business, but she has 7 streams of income.
Wow.
And so she's definitely my inspiration. And, if it comes down to, television, I Oprah Winfrey, she has always been one, as a African-American female that we saw literally defy the odds in television.
Right.
And so if Oprah can do it, all of us can do it.
Right.
And I do. I've always looked.
Versus what's best for the clientele for when they come in, they receive something, they feel at home, versus being under micromanagement, like you got somebody using you as a puppet in a sense. So nobody wants to feel like that, especially if they have a good idea and this good idea could actually open something up, a brand new door, but because it's not their idea, they want to go against it. But look, I ain't gonna hold you long. I just want to ask you a couple of questions. First question is, what does a typical day look like for you as an entrepreneur?
A typical day for me, it looks like teamwork. It's a togetherness. Even if one calls out, guess what? It still runs because the delegation that was given, it still functions, even if a person calls out. So my days really run smooth because of that.
I love that, because that means you took the time to find family to run a business. Yeah. You just didn't find any individual to fill a space. No, you found somebody that fits the position, to work the position, and to make sure that wheel is running smooth. I love that. Okay, next question. How do you come up with new ideas for your business? Number one,
I pray. Definitely. I ask the Lord for new ideas, witty inventions all the time. And literally, he gives me hashtags. Literally, he gives me the next thing. And so what I do, I just bring it to the team and we literally work it from there. You know, we promote it, we see how it works on social media, but definitely prayer. I always pray. And then let me just add this. I read a lot. And so based on me reading a lot, even with me having my boutique, I'm looking at what the stars are wearing. I'm looking at the next thing. And so then that gives me the idea of even how to transform my boutique to look Hollywood. You know, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. But listen, prayer is most important. If you don't start your day off with prayer, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know how you go throughout the day. But listen, I'm good. I'm done here. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to my brother, Dr. Casual Pitts.
Absolutely. Dr. Crystal Pugh, you did amazing. I think that you touched on some very, very important topics that all entrepreneurs need to understand. This is something that we face and we have to deal with. And I'm going to be transparent. I've been in the industry for 30 years, right? I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 7. So I was that entrepreneur who was more so, hey, it's my idea. This is my baby. I was that individual. And what I can say from experience is that most entrepreneurs who are like that is because they face some kind of letdown. They face some kind of, and for me, I've changed to the point where when I delegate now, if you don't get it done, if you drop the ball, then I'll get it done, right? Because what you have to remember is that at the end of the day, it is your brand, it is your baby. And if people don't respect it as such, then it's nothing against them, but you still have to maintain a brand and you still have to maintain an authority of pushing it out, because people don't understand the systems that go behind the scenes. They want the service, they want the product, that's it. They don't care who your COO is or your CFO, none of that. They're like, listen, I paid for this and I want this, right? So I think that you just gave some amazing information that all entrepreneurs need to embody and need to apply in their businesses. So my two questions, my first one is, when did you know that you wanted to become an entrepreneur?
I wanted to become an entrepreneur from a child. I've always wanted to beautify everyone. I just felt as if I can beautify the doctor, I can beautify the church mother, I can beautify, but from a child, yeah, at an early age. I want to really say maybe around 8 years old. That's when I really placed or purposed in my heart that one day I was going to become an entrepreneur, and it happened.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Next question is, what has been your most significant achievement?
My most significant achievement is literally overcoming the obstacles. Even when it came down to I'll talk about the tax office, my tax business, just defying the odds of people saying what you cannot do, not wanting to help me to get it done. But as I studied the tax laws, as I positioned myself to really pray about it, and next thing I knew, I was executing it, and I didn't have a boss or someone, standing with me to help me get that done. And so I think that's a great achievement. And not only that, after having my tax company for 2 years, they offered me to brand my own software. And so that's another achievement. And I mean, I just continue to pray and execute after I pray. And this definitely has been a great achievement for me.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, Dr. Crystal Pugh, again, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you tremendously for just educating us on today. do us a favor, tell everybody how to stay connected with you, how to reach out to you, how to get connected to all of your amazing businesses. How do people reach out to Dr. Crystal Pugh?
Okay, well, number one, you can find Dr. Crystal Pugh on Facebook. That is my personal page. You can find Crystal Pugh on Crystal Pugh Ministries. I have a Crystal Pugh Ministries page. Every Monday at 11, I have Meaningful Monday prayer. What is your purpose? Prayer and prophetic release. And I teach on purpose. Also on Instagram, because I am a preacher. People call me Preacher Barbie, so that is my Instagram handle, Preacher Barbie. So you can find me on Instagram. You can email me at crystalpughministries.com. You can email me at kujbossgirl@gmail.com. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm easy to find. Just put in Crystal Pugh and I'll show up.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you, Crystal Pugh, Dr. Crystal Pugh, for again just this information. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of this particular Mayhem in May. Again, I'm your host, Dr. Casual Pitts, and you guys already know my quote. Coming together is the beginning. Sticking together is progress, but working together is success. Guys, we will see you next on the next Mayhem in May.